When the conspiracy of Absalom was thwarted, and the king arranged with the men of Yehudah to return, when all the men of Yehudah and half the men of Israel brought the king back over, all the men of Israel came to the king and said to the king, "Why have our brothers, the men of Yehudah, stolen thee away, and brought the king and his household over the Jordan, and all David's men with him?" And all the men of Yehudah answered the men of Israel, "Because the king is near of kin to us. For what reason then are ye angry for this matter? Have we eaten at all at the king's cost, or hath he given us any gift?" And the men of Israel answered the men of Yehudah and said, "We have 10 parts in the king, and we have also more right in David than ye. Why then did ye despise us, that our advice should not be first had in bringing back our king?" And the words of the men of Yehudah were fiercer than the words of the men of Israel. Of the books called Shemuel, the 2nd, chapter 20. And there happened to be there a man of worthlessness, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bochri, a Benyamini, and he blew the sounding horn and said, "We have no portion in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Yeshai. Every man to his tent, O Yisrael." So all the men of Yisrael went up from following David, and followed Sheba, the son of Bochri. But the men of Yehudah clave to their king from the Jordan even to Jerusalem. And David came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward, and provided them with sustenance, but went not into them. So they were shut up to the day of their death, living in widowhood. Then said the king to Amashah, "Call me the men of Yehudah together within 3 days, and be thou here present." So Amashah went to call the men of Yehudah together, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. And David said to Abishai, "Now will Sheba the son of Bochri do us more harm than did Absalom. Take thou thy lord's servants, and pursue after him, lest he get him fortified cities, and escape out of our sight." And there went out after him Joab's men, and the Kereti, and the Peleti, and all the mighty men, and they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bochri. When they were at the great stone which is in Gabaon, Amashah came to meet them, and Joab was girded with his apparel of war that he had put on, and thereon was a belt with a sword fastened upon his loins in the sheath thereof. And as he went forth, it fell out. And Joab said to Amashah, "Is it well with thee, my brother?" And Joab took Amashah by the beard with his right hand to kiss him. But Amashah took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the body, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. And Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bochri. And there stood by him one of Joab's young men, and said, "He that favoureth Joab, and he that is for David, let him follow Joab." And Amasha lay wallowing in his blood in the midst of the highway. And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he carried Amasha out of the highway into the field, and cast a garment over him, when he saw that everyone that came by him stood still. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba the son of Bochri. And he went through all the tribes of Yisrael to Abel, and to Beit Ma'akah, and all the Beerim, and they were gathered together, and went also after him. And they came and besieged him in Abel of Beit Ma'akah. And they cast up a mound against the city, and it stood against the rampart. And all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Hear, hear, say I pray you to Joab, come near hither, that I may speak with thee. And he came near to her, and the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am. Then she said to him, Hear the words of thy handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spoke, saying, Speakingly they were speaking in old time, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. And so ended they the matter. I am of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel? Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of Yahweh? And Joab answered and said, far be it from me, that I should swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so, but a man of the hill country of Ephraim, Sheba the son of Bochri by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said to Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. Then the woman went to all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba the son of Bochri, and threw it out to Joab, and he blew the sounding horn, and they were dispersed from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem to the king. Now Joab was over all the host of Israel, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kereti, and over the Peleti, and Joram was over the men subject to task work, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was the recorder. And Shua was scribe, and Zadok and Abiathar were priests, and also Ira the Yahiri was priest to David. And there was a famine in the days of David 3 years, year after year, and David sought the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh said, It is for Shaul and for his bloody house, because he put to death the Gabaonim.